to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. And today we have, I have to say coach in front of her name, like when you have somebody that's coached for so long. And so Coach Cathy Andruzzi, and I'm just grateful to have her on for this episode. So Coach, thanks so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
Oh, it's great to be with you, Chip.
Yes. Well, let's dive into it. If you don't mind sharing with the audience a little bit about your journey, about your story, so they have an idea of who you are.
Mm-hmm. Well, my story and journey has been anything but traditional. It's been sort of like an entrepreneurial journey. I was born and raised in New York City. My training ground was the playgrounds of New York City, where I've learned how to compete, how to be resilient, which has led me to probably the confidence that I have today and the ability to navigate through the winding roads, which I've been through. But I've been fortunate. I've been a college basketball player, played for a great coach, went on to coach women's basketball, both at Wagner College, then at East Carolina University. When I was at East Carolina University, I was very fortunate. I had the first women's basketball TV show in the country. One of my sponsors was Domino's Pizza. At that time, being the entrepreneurial that I am, I wanted to explore more opportunities for me as a businesswoman, and I love coaching, and I joined Domino's Pizza. And in a short period of time, I was eligible to franchise, and I became the fourth woman in Domino's Pizza to franchise. Over the next 13 years, I built 6 stores. And then after that period of time, Chip, I was ready to get back to sports, ready to get back to what I loved. And so I sold my stores, and I started doing color commentary for women's basketball games. That got pretty big. And then from there, I became the general manager of the Philadelphia Rage of the American Basketball League. Now, if you remember that, Chip, being a sports guy like you are, that was right before the WNBA came. Then the WNBA came and the ABL folded. Mm-hmm. But from that point, that was Philadelphia Rage, and being located in Philadelphia, I had the opportunity to build some really good relationships with the civic community as well as the corporate community. And at that time, during that period of time, Philadelphia was awarded to host the 2000 NCAA Women's Final Four, and they needed an executive director. And they asked me if I would do it. And so I became the executive director of the 2000 NCAA Women's Final Four of the local organizing committee, which was a gigantic and unbelievable experience. So for those 2 years, we built a team, and we had one of the biggest and best women's Final Four in history, which was awesome. From there, as a coach, you always hear those stories about coaches always get itchy, wanting to get back. And yes. I got back into coaching. I became an assistant at Rutgers University and at Seton Hall, and then a head women's basketball coach at Fordham University. At that point, my entrepreneurial spirits loved coaching, but wanted to do more. I wanted to have more reach with people, have more impact on people. And so in between the Women's Final Four and coaching, I taught a course at Drexel University called the Business of Sports. And I just love that experience of working with undergraduate students and teaching them about sports, teaching them about being an executive and what entails that. And so after I was coaching at Fordham University, a friend of mine, Debbie Stroman at the University of North Carolina, a fabulous woman, was one of the professors of the sports management program. And she asked me to come on. She says, listen, why don't you come on and be an executive in residence with all my sports experience, both, as a executive running the women's Final Four, and also as a with the Philadelphia Rage. This is experience that our students need. Fabulous experience getting into a classroom. Chip is like coaching, like you're a teacher, right?
Yes,
it's like getting in front of those and seeing these aspiring sports executives, and just they're eating this stuff up. And I just loved it. And then from there, I was fortunate enough to meet Richard Lapchek from the DeVos Sports Management Program, which is considered one of the top sports management programs in the country. And there I work with his students, his graduate students, giving presentations and mentoring them. So I got into the academic world, which I really, really loved. And then at that time, still living in New Jersey, Rutgers University was getting ready to explore the opportunity of building their own sports management graduate program. And so knowing my work with UNC and knowing my work at DeVos, they asked me to consult them on the development of this program, and I did. I helped them. I helped them with the curriculum development and also with just everything that had to do with building the program. And then for the next 2 years, I was part of the faculty. I taught sports leadership and ethics. And how relationships, you meet people and you get connected along the way. Well, in one of my classes, what I would do is I would invite sports executives from all over to speak to our students. And one of the individuals I invited was Coach Michael O'Neill from Rutgers University, women's soccer, to speak to our students. Since I had aspiring, students that want to become coaches, they want to be, general managers, everything.
Yes.
And so I got to know him. And then a couple of months later, he called me up. He says, I would love you to develop a leadership program for Rutgers women's soccer. And I'm like, wow, that's absolutely awesome. And so that's how I transpired to where I am right now, which is the leadership and performance coach for Rutgers women's soccer. And I'm also the leadership and performance coach for the Players Development Academy, which is the largest youth soccer program in the state of New Jersey. So the great thing about Rutgers, I'm entering my 5th year right now. And we just came off having a tremendous season where our players, we became the first team in Rutgers University history to win a Big Ten championship. We went undefeated in regular season Big Ten play, 10-0, and we advanced to the NCAA College Cup, which is the Final Four of women's soccer. So over those 4-year periods of working with this team, with great coaches, awesome players, we were able to create the culture that helped us get to the pinnacle of women's soccer.
So good, Coach. That's awesome. Good stuff. Well, what are 3 things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
I would say, when you think about 3 things and the journey that I've been on, I would say number 1, all my entrepreneurial experiences that I've had, be having the first women's TV show and certainly Domino's Pizza being the 4th woman to franchise, with the women's Final Four. But then the second one, if I had 3 things, the women's Final Four was the premier event of collegiate sports in the United States. The eyes and ears were on Philadelphia. And I had the greatest experience, Chip, working with fabulous people. Now, listen, there's challenges in running a big event of this nature, but we wanted those athletes that participated in that Final Four to have an outstanding experience, which we believe they did. But we had great corporate help. I had an awesome staff, and we had the passion to make this women's basketball event the best ever. So that was an unbelievable experience that you just can't replicate. Yes. And then, of course, Rutgers women's soccer, being a part of this program that has that we've accomplished so much. We've got more to accomplish, but being around great people that have the passion and the drive to be the best that they can be. Those are three experiences that I just, have been, I've been lucky. Now, all these experiences I've had haven't been without, setbacks here and there, like all through my life, I've had setbacks as everybody else have, and I had, journeys, I had ups and downs, I have, so it's not everything is linear, but
Right.
during those periods, you learn how to shake yourself off, pick yourself up, and get up and start all over again.
Yes, yes. And you said the magic word, you learn,
Mm-hmm.
and the goal is
Oh.
to continue to live and learn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what it's all about. I mean, it's all about, I'm a learner. The greatest thing about being on the internet is that you can never stop learning, right? You don't have to go to a library, and you can keep on learning and learning. Even in my
Yes.
craft right now, I never stop. There's so much great information out there. The more I learn, the better I get, the better I am for the people that I'm around.
So good. Well, just hearing you talk about your journey, hearing you talk about the things that you're proud of, I would consider that to be hugely successful, coach. Big time successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
Definition of success. I can go in a number of different ways with that, Chip, but what I would believe is that success for me is that whatever I do, whatever I accomplish, what's important is the impact that what I do, I have a positive impact on those that I'm with, that I can influence and inspire them to be the best that they can be. That to me is my personal definition of success. And even in my coaching practice right now as being a performance coach, is that having the opportunity to help individuals, high performers, self-discover the greatness within them. We all have greatness within us, but it's helping them self-discover, the greatness within them. That makes me, that to me is what success is for me.
I'll share this with you. As you were saying your definition, I got chills when you shared your definition of success, because it hits home, it hits right to the heart for me, because we all have been influenced by someone or something in our life, and influenced so much to the fact that it's impacted us and caused us to be who we are. All right. And, I've been blessed and fortunate to be around some amazing people to learn from, to watch. And like how you describe that definition of success, it's important to be intentional about your everyday actions, because like we all have the opportunity to influence and impact people each moment of each day. And we don't even realize it, just doing our normal things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The smile on our face. My last session with our Rutgers University players, which we're in spring practice right now. So I have 2 more sessions with them where I meet with the team and we talk about different things. We talked about respect. We talked about, do we know the people that clean a locker room? Do we know the people that walk by and do we say hello to them? This team is really pretty good, in terms of I did a little quiz that who cleans the locker room? It's like one of those, but like just like knowing the influence that they have influence on those people, right? They have influence on those who take care of them in the training room, whatever they have. So it's teaching those young athletes is that the influence that they have on people just by the way that they treat them. I think which is really important. And to add on to your point.
So good. Well, before we get off, Coach, if you don't mind sharing with the audience when they can go follow you and check you out and show you some love with all of the amazing things you have going on.
Yeah, well, they can follow me. My website is CathyAndruzzi.com. My Instagram is Coach Druz, and that's CoachDruzz. That's the nickname. And my Twitter handle is Cathy Andruzzi.
All right. Well, Coach, again, I just want to say thank you so much. First off, for interviewing for the Success Chronicles, but then secondly, thank you so much for all of the work and time and energy and effort that you've put in for years. And so I wanted to make sure that I give you that personal thank you, because I've had so many coaches in my life that made a huge difference on me. And I've strived to be like them in my life. And hopefully I've made them proud.
Yeah. And, those places that I've had made a huge difference on me,
Yes.
and that's why I love doing what I'm doing, with the athletes. I work with PDA. I work with seventh graders all the way to high school. And so, as being a teacher, working with young people and just their innocence, but teaching them about character, teaching them about respect, teaching them about communication, about being a good person, and at the same time being competitive. And even with our college players, is that I learn from them as much as I hope they learn from me.
Yes, yes. Well, again, thank you so much for taking the time. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Thanks, Chip.
Go get it.